Hey folks, Shaw with Royal Tiger Imports here, and today I'm here to show you all a small selection of Vetterlis that we've sorted through. In front of me, I've got some B grade 10.4 millimeter. These are the 70/87 Vetterlis. These are the ones without rear sight. And then I've also got some C grades. These are in addition without rear sight. And then behind me, I've got more of the B grade with rear sight and C grade with rear sight. These are all 4 pallets of 70/87 Vetterlis. Let's take a closer look at some of the C grades here. These are the ones that we're going to offer at the most affordable point, and let's just pick one up here and take a quick look. You can see that a lot of these do have cracks in the middle of the stock. That being said, this one is actually not too bad. This one has another small crack here. Of course, as we mentioned, no rear sight, and these are all antiques. Every single one of these is going to be an antique. This one even has a functional bolt. It's got our safety lever here. Of course, we've got our Vetterli style magazine. Pretty neat piece of history for the point that you can get it at. Let's take a closer look at some of the B grades over here. The B grades, you're going to see a little bit better condition of the wood overall. You'll also see some of the smaller components more often included, so you will often see the front sights, although again, these particular in this palette, a lot of rifles, is going to be without the rear sight. So let's take one of these and take a closer look. So you can see the stock is in better condition on this one. It's incredible that this one, being a 1883 dated rifle, still has a stock that's in pretty great condition. Has our sling swivels. Bolt is also functional on this one, and it even has a AOI stamp on that. It's a little bit covered in dirt, but that being said, a lot of these clean up great. Let's take a closer look at some of the pallets behind us here. This is one of our B grade with rear sight, and bolt is all functional. You can see just needs some cleaning, and occasionally they will have some very small cracks on the B grades, as well as occasionally a small part or two missing, such as the front sight on this one. That being said, the B grades are going to be more complete than the C grades, of course, and it has our rear sight. And finally, let's take a look at some of the C grade with rear sight. So you can see a crack at the wrist area back there. That being said, that's not too bad on that side. This side is a little bit more significant. You can see where they've tried to repair this at some point. But that being said, again, for the point that you can get these at, this is a great cheap restoration project. You can see it's missing some of the small components such as a sling swivel. But again, hard to get a piece of history like this for this price point. And finally, let's take a look over here. We've got another pallet of the 70/87/15 Vetterli. These are going to be the ones that are chambered in 6.5 Carcano. Again, all of these are antiques as well. And let's take a look at this one, for example. This one has the rear sight along with all the others on this pallet. Does have a crack in the stock. That's going to be most common for what you see for the C grades. The bolt is functional on this example, and it does have the remnants of a stamp. It's a little bit worn there. But let's take a closer look at some of the manufacturer markings. This one is, funny enough, also a 1883, and that one was made at Brescia. And it even has some of the smaller components like the front sight, barrel bands, mainly just damage to the wood. That being said, we are doing quite the special on these, so if you'd like to take a look at our website, we've got all of these up available now. Thank you very much for watching. God bless.